Hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. I have one today that involves an ongoing civil suit that is alleged against rap mogul, producer P. Diddy. Of course, some of you may know, some of you may not know, but of course P. Diddy has some civil allegations against him for sexual assault or sex trafficking or sexual abuse, or whatever category that you kind of want to place it in. I'm not 100% sure what those who have filed the lawsuit have claimed against Diddy or what the actual category is, but it's all in that same arena. I bring this video to you today because this channel covers criminal convictions and kind of goes over the sentence and the conditions of those sentences. And so I bring this one to you. Yes, it is a branch of the P. Diddy civil lawsuit. Also, P. Diddy has some criminal investigations that are going on right now from the federal government. But I've chosen to bring this one to you because of the civil suit against P. Diddy has also alleged some claims against actor Cuba Gooding Jr. And Cuba Gooding Jr. was sentenced in the last couple of years, and the charges that were against him in that particular sentence or case, he was accused of violating 3 women at various night spots in New York City in 2018 and 2019, but he only pled guilty to one of the allegations. His claim to the judge in that particular case was that he kissed a waitress on her lips without consent at a New York nightclub. So to get into the sentence, Cuba Gooding Jr. took a plea deal that did not or does not require for him to serve any jail time. There was a special condition of the sentence that if he continues counseling for 6 months, he will be allowed and was allowed to withdraw the plea and would then be able to plead guilty to a lesser violation of harassment. And typically you would see these types of plea deals or sentences happen in a pre-trial diversion program. So what that is that the prosecution and the defense or the alleged person charged in the crime are going to come to an agreement where the person completes some type of counseling, some type of course or community service, take drug tests. There's like a whole bunch of different things that come with that or a person is able to do in these diversion programs. This particular case, he takes a plea deal, so ultimately he's being convicted and there is going to be a guilty sentence that is created. But then what he will have to do is him and his attorney is going to come back before the court, show proof that they've completed this counseling for the 6 months. And then, as opposed to in a pre-trial diversion program to where the court would just kind of kill the case right then and there, in this particular instance, he's then going to go back, withdraw the plea, which is, this case is a misdemeanor. He's going to withdraw the plea and then enter into a new plea agreement. Again, would be considered another or a replacement of the previous sentence and conviction. And in this case, that plea involves entering in a guilty plea to a lesser violation, which is going to be harassment. Also, they're going to clear his background and close out the case and also clear the conviction off of his background in doing so. And as of today, Cuba Gooding Jr. has done so. He's went back, he's completed the counseling, he went back before the court, withdrew that misdemeanor plea, pled guilty to a lesser violation, and that is when the court is going to then go through and take out the charges and other things off of his record. But I decided to bring this case to everybody's attention or do a video because Cuba Gooding Jr. has recently responded to the allegations from the gentleman who was a producer working on P. Diddy's album, his latest album. That producer brought Cuba Gooding Jr.'s name in the lawsuit and is alleging claims against Cuba Gooding Jr. as well. And in that civil suit, he talks about this particular case and is using that to show that Cuba Gooding Jr. has a history of these types of sexual allegations. And, he's even going forth as to show screenshots and says that he has video of being touched inappropriately by Cuba Gooding Jr. And so Cuba Gooding Jr. recently has responded, and he makes statements, but his official statement is that he is not going to do any interviews, and beyond the one I guess that he did in talking about this, but he's not going to do any interviews. He's not going to really provide an answer to the claims. In his response, he does say that there was just a conversation between him and the producer, and that was it. He listened to the music, he got up and he left, and that nothing else happened. So it will be interesting to see what actually comes out of this. He talks about a few other things, but as of right now, he states that he's just gonna kind of stay clear of Diddy and everything that Diddy has going on. But as well as he's just not going to say anything to incriminate himself, which is the smart thing to do on his part, just so that his statements later on can't be brought back against him. So yeah, we shall see. It's going to be interesting how this all unfolds for Diddy, how this all unfolds for Cuba Gooding Jr., and how the courts will view this, especially with this background, or, you know, if in a jury setting, how they will view Cuba Gooding Jr. and his background. This has all become interesting, and there's always something new coming out about it. So if there is an opportunity to cover a sentence or a conviction of anyone else in this particular civil claim against Diddy, I'll bring some more cases to you all. Once again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe to the channel, comment your opinion. Just let me know what you think. That is a wrap or another one. All right, peace.